Yeah, hello everybody. Yeah, most of you are seeing me for the first time. Yeah, I'm the guy behind the iSamfix computer solutions. As I was saying before, or as I promised you before, I'll be working on my workstation views to get cameras to take most details on my working station or my working shop. And I'm going improving bit by bit. As you can tell now, I've been able to have a view on my table, the working area. I've been able to have a view on my tools, and now I have a view on myself. Now from today, I think you'll get used to seeing me almost in every video. And so welcome to iSamfix Computer Solution YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, and share. So let's go directly to the issue that brought me here today. And the issue that I want to talk about. And this issue is about various issues that has been taking place in the IT industry. So last week, I had a very good friend of mine who came to me. I've been servicing his computer for for some time, but he tells me he had the computer for more than 10 years. And the laptop came to me for some really little issues, maybe the motherboard, what can I call the servicing of the motherboard, some software issues, but the computer kept running. But one day, the computer was dropped in a bucket full of water, or maybe a basin full of water, by one of his daughter, and they did not take out the machine early enough, so the water was the damage was already there, so it was too much on the laptop, and so the laptop never came back to life. And so he went and bought a new laptop, an 8th generation from a certain brand. And after 5 months, he brought the laptop to me. It was having some issues with the BIOS. He was updating the BIOS, and all of a sudden the BIOS did not update, and the computer kept restarting, trying to update the BIOS, then goes off, try to update the BIOS, then goes off. And so he came to me. I had the programmers here, the one that I used to program the BIOS chip, and so I just plugged off the chip from the motherboard. I programmed the chip, and everything went back to normal. I also have other programmers here, as you can see, for programming the BIOS chip that have been that got stuck when trying maybe to do the BIOS update. So I solved the issue, but the third time, because he came like twice, and the third time he came with the laptop that the laptop that was having 5 caps lock. The laptop came, 5 caps locks were blinking, and after the 5 caps locks, the fan would spin at a speed, and you'd hear the sound of the fan spinning because the fan is at a certain speed. So at that point, I told him, now this is going to be a bit difficult for me as a technician, because before I've had same issues where the laptop came and they were having those issues of the caps lock, and I was unable to solve the problem. I don't know how many people some have been able to write BIOS and maybe they came back. Some you change the adapter and they came on, but in most cases, when the laptop is having the 5 caps lock, they are very stubborn. And at the end of the day, you might end up changing the motherboard, or even forfeiting the whole computer and going back to buy another one. If you change the motherboard, the computer will work, of course, because that is the issue with the motherboard. And so the guy was not very happy with the new laptop, and so he was kind of angry with the ordeal he was facing. And I thought today maybe I would like to address some few issues about what is happening in modern society or in today's world that you need to get prepared and you need to get used to. So today, the laptop that you're going to buy today may not be reliable or may not last as long as you may think. It cannot take you for 10 years. You'd be lucky if that laptop lasted you for 5 years or maybe 4 years. You'll be lucky. It's not always, I'm trying to be predictive here, but a lot of times I've found people come here with issues. And when did you buy the laptop? I just bought it like a few months ago, 1 year and something. And the issue is, this is too much. It's becoming too much for the clients. I have a motherboard here. I think this motherboard is like 4th generation, and this motherboard is having like a CPU socket, as you can see. If I want to remove this CPU socket, I'll just come with a flat screw, and the CPU is out. And I take back the CPU, and I fasten it back. So this means what? If this motherboard came here, I did some diagnostic and found that the issue was a CPU. I could swap this CPU. You see, I just get another CPU that is not shorted. I come and fix it here, and the laptop is not and the laptop comes back to life, and the laptop is working again. And I take the laptop back to the customer, and the customer is using the laptop. Unfortunately, the manufacturer is not happy with that. Manufacturer is not happy that you can be able to repair this laptop, and the customer continue using it instead of going to buy a new one. Because what does that mean? If they can manufacture very reliable laptops and the customers buy them and they are not coming for more, that is not good for a profit business model. If you want to make more profits, you have to make sure that the customer is coming back for more. I think that one should be in a good way. Maybe if you're in hotel industry or eatery industry, you are supposed to make very delicious food that will keep customer coming back for more. But in this case, the cartels, or maybe the manufacturers, found that maybe there's no way to, they just have to make the laptop not very reliable so that you can go and buy a new one. Maybe to confirm this, before bulbs used to light for lifetime. As I'm talking, there's a bulb in, is it Livermore, that has been on for almost 121 years. I see people go there to sing happy birthday for the bulb, and this is how the bulb used to be before. Bulbs used to work for a lifetime, not unless you drop the bulb. And even when you dropped the bulb, they were a bit tough. They could still withstand the impact after you have dropped it. But you know what happened when they started selling this bulb to the customers? They realized the customers are not coming back because the bulbs are lifetime. They are working lifetime, and they are not blowing out. So these people realize that they are going to run out of industry. They are going to lack money because they will not be making more profit if the customers are not coming back. So what did they do? They went back to the industry or to the laboratory and came up with a bulb that was having a lifetime. Apparently, there was I believe there's a meeting they made. I think these guys came with the name Phoebus. I think it's something to do with Phoebus Convention, or maybe the group was known by the name Phoebus. Yeah, Phoebus. Yeah, the Phoebus cartel. Yes, light bulb lifespan was lowered for profit. Yeah, if you read this article, you get to understand what I'm telling you. The bulbs used to light for a very long time without blowing up, but after they realized that thing, they stopped doing that. So the same is happening with other industries, even automotive industries. And also, you realize nowadays that the commodities you are getting from manufacturers they are not very reliable, or maybe they're not commodities that can take you for long. So if you come again to this bulb, yeah, this is the bulb I was talking about. The world's longest burning light bulb is located right here in Livermore. Installed in the first department house, cut house on it in 1901. It was installed in 1901, and that bulb up to today it's working. So you want to tell me that it's not possible for these people to manufacture a bulb that can serve you for a very long time? I hear there are bulbs that have been there for 1 million hours. They have worked for more than 1 million hours. Those bulbs are there. And so the same case applies to the IT and the computer industry and also the phone industry. These people cannot make very reliable commodities, because when you buy those commodities, you not go back for more and you will not make profits. Remember a long time ago, maybe not very long time ago, when you used to have your cell phone, you take out the back cover and unplug the battery. So I remember when your phone fell in water, you could grab the phone very quickly, unplug the battery very quickly, and you rush it to the technician, and the chances of survival were too high. And cell phone companies, maybe they were not happy with that, and they came out with a battery that is internal battery that is installed internally, and for you as a customer to access that battery becomes very difficult for you. So what happens when you drop that phone into water? Before you take it to the technician, maybe for him to unplug the battery for you, or maybe to mend the phone, sometimes you don't even have that time. You are at work, is work time, your phone has failed in water. What are you going to do? Nothing. And the chances of that phone dying are very high. And that's what the manufacturer wants, because he'll go back for more phone, for another phone, and he's going to make money. He'll buy a new Lamborghini. The next year he's buying a Ferrari. The next year he's buying a house at the beach. That is the that is the trend that is happening in the industry today. So other companies adopted that method of forming products that are not too reliable to the customers, so that you can keep going back for more. Google, the Google have been, I think they have been contacted by the manufacturers of these companies, the cell phones and the laptop, because right now you cannot advertise any service that concerned repair of a cell phone or a computer. Google will restrict your advert actually. Google will tell you that we cannot have your advert on our platform. So where did this thing coming? Where did this come from? Google, they are after money, and me advertising on their platform is making money, because I'll pay for that advertisement. But you see, I think maybe they have been paid a lot of money. I'm just guessing, I'm not sure. Or maybe they have sat down with these companies, because everything is about money. And they have decided, hey guys, we are going to pay you this amount of money, and you stop those people from advertising that party services like cell phone repair or computer repair on your platform. And I think they came to an agreement, because as we talk right now, you cannot advertise any computer repair service. You see, here it is. Recently, Google implemented its new policy that restricts AdWord advertisement by third-party technician support service providers. This means that services like cell phone repair, iPhone repair, computer, MacBook, and game console repair are all banned from advertising using Google AdWords platform. This is exactly what I'm saying here. And so, what do you think this is going? Where do you think this is coming from? What is Google benefiting when they are not advertising third-party services like cell phone repair and computer repair? But you see, they have restricted that. Why? Because the companies making these laptops, they are not happy when you bring your laptop to us, the technicians, and we repair that laptop for you, and you take it, we give you back the laptop and you go and use it. They are not happy. They want, when your laptop is having an issue, go back and buy a new laptop. I make more money, I make more profit. Now, coming back to the motherboard I was talking about, before, the processor was detachable from the motherboard, as you can see in this case. I turn this socket and I have my processor. When you bring this laptop to me and the processor is the issue, I'll change the processor and I'll give you back the machine, and you'll be able to use that machine for another, maybe as long as you don't have you don't develop another issue, you'll use the machine. And you can see the RAMs are sockets where you can come and maybe insert the RAM here. These are RAM sockets where you can insert the RAM like that one. You insert the RAM. So sometimes you have a motherboard that is not working, and you just come after diagnostics, you find that the RAM is the issue. What do? You change the RAM and you take back the laptop to the client. Manufacturer is not happy when the customer cannot go back and buy a new laptop from them. Instead, they come to repair the laptop they are having. So what did these people do? Okay, I'll grab another motherboard here. You see this motherboard? There's a bit, it's a bit different from this one. This one you can remove socket. I think this is around 6th gen. This is like 6th gen motherboard, 6th generation. And you can see you cannot remove this CPU from the motherboard. And I know you think, hey, these guys are just trying to make the mother. No, this is to reduce the chances of repairing this laptop. If you ask me, that is the main reason as to why this CPU was soldered on this. Yeah, people will try to say maybe they were trying to make the laptop a bit tiny, a bit mobile and whatever. But you see, if you come with this motherboard, your laptop, I take out the motherboard and diagnose this motherboard and find that the the issue is the processor. It's done. It's done. There's nothing else I can do. I'll just tell you, go buy another laptop or just go buy a new motherboard. And where are you going to get this motherboard? Most probably, you'll have to go and buy another laptop. The company is like, wow, that is good. bring more money to us, we are going to make more profit. You can see this one is having RAM slot. Now the processor is gone. There's nothing I can do about processor as a technician. So the cases of customers going back to the manufacturer to buy more laptops will increase because we cannot repair the processor. Anytime you have an issue with the processor, it's done. Go buy a new laptop. But the RAMs are still there for the both machines. You can see processor is removable, RAMs are removable. On this case, processor is removable, it's not removable, and the RAMs are still removable. So what have they realized? That you guys are having motherboards that the issue is RAM. You take it to a technician, and the technician will find out that the RAM is the issue, and he will be able to remove the RAM and install a new one. And so what did they do? They came up with another design. Look at this motherboard here. Also belong to a certain model of a machine. The processor is soldered on the motherboard, non-detachable, and the RAM's chips are non-detachable from the motherboard. So when you come with this motherboard, and I diagnose the motherboard and find out the issue is the processor, it's done. When I come and find out the issue is RAM, it's done. So the chances of you as a customer going back to buy a new laptop from this guy are still increasing, because now before I could solve a processor issue and a RAM issue and maybe some other issues. After that, now I cannot solve a processor issue. I can only solve RAM issues, but the processor is done. But what about now? I cannot solve a processor issue, neither can I solve a RAM issue. Few instances people have tried to do stencil and reballing for these RAM chips, and let me tell you, it's very stubborn. It's not something that is very you could like doing. So everything is they are trying to make everything regarding repair, cell phone and all other any electronics very difficult, so that you as a customer, when you have a problem with your laptop, you just go back to the manufacturer and buy a new laptop. And as a result, people are making money. People are buying those beach house, they are buying Ferraris, they are buying the Lamborghinis. And this is the secret to life. I think maybe you would talk of moral issues. I know you'd like to say it's moral issues, morally wrong, but I think a lot of rich people don't have that, the conscience of moral. They don't have that thing with them. And so now I come to a conclusion that if you want to get rich, just come up with an idea. Give that idea to people and let the people buy the idea and let the people like the idea. Then capitalize on that idea by looking for issues that will make your customers come back for more, because these are just developing issues. I hear people say somebody manufactured a computer and then he realized the computer, people are buying computer and just going using computer and they are not coming back. So he manufactured a virus and dropped a virus into the internet so that the virus can keep attacking your computers, and the computers are dead. You come and buy a new computer. So what else can I say? Get an idea, capitalize on that idea, on and off, over and over again, until you get filthy rich. That is the model you are getting from all these practices we are seeing here. And so my friend was very angry because the laptop was not very cheap actually. That laptop costed money, a lot of money, actually more than the older one. But now that is the truth. And I told him there's nothing we can do about it. Today, you not have very nice stuff to use. The automotive industry, I also realized that with the toner, the printer toners, they will keep changing the model, the toners, until you cannot even borrow a toner from the other computer and from the other printer and use on your printer. Every time they are manufacturing a different toner. It's happening on like the model of a laptop. You find this is a certain generation of a laptop. The same motherboard, the same brand, the same model, but having different chips. You find that this one is using a certain chip, that one is using a very different chip. All these tactics are being applied so that you may not be able to repair your laptop, and so that you can take back money to the company, and the company will keep making profit. This is happening also to the automotive industry. It's happening to many other industries that we know around here. If you do your research, you'll find this is a trend with most of the companies that are making profits over and over again. Now, as a technician today, you want to come into the laptop repairing industry, you have to be very highly skilled, because before, programming of chips were not something that you could maybe care so much about. But today, if you don't have a programmer, if you don't know how to program chips, today you will have a challenge when maybe repairing this motherboard, because this one, they are coming with chips that are very programmable, and every time a chip loses a firmware, laptop is bound to have some issues. Like the KBC chip today is programmable, the BIOS chip programmable, and now more chips are coming that are programmable. You'll find a laptop with three Windboard chips. Yeah, I found a certain laptop with three Windboard chips. All these chips are programmable. So what happens when you cannot program a chip? What happens when you can't find that firmware to program that chip? You don't have a choice. You just tell the customer, I cannot work on your motherboard. I cannot have a success case with your motherboard. Just go back to the shop and buy a new laptop. As a result, somebody is making a lot of profit, a lot of money out of that. So that's all for today, guys. That's what I wanted to address on this issue. I've decided that it's not always about repair. Yes, I do repair videos. Sometimes it's good to talk on occurring issues and also to try to think differently. I don't know about your opinion, but I would like to hear about your opinion. You can write something on the down in the comment section and I can read it. You can also try to maybe try to let me know what issues you would like me to talk about, and I'll be more than happy to talk on those issues. So guys, let's meet in the next video. Thank you for the subscribers, and guys, keep subscribing, keep liking, and keep sharing the content. That's the only way you can support the channel. Thank you. Let's meet again.